scoring tonight for Philadelphia. Big Kid said before the game, Nembhard should benefit from AD's presence and the gravity that he creates. A high arcing shot is good over Barlow as Nembhard displays some pillow soft shooting touch. Two-man game left side of the floor. Embiid screens for Tyrese Maxey. Maxey takes over 9 threes per game and shoots them at a clip of nearly 40%. Here is Maxey and a drive up the baseline, missed a scoop to the hoop. PJ Washington ultimately collects the rebound. And then the alley-oop, and PJ catches and slams. Nembhard finds Davis, and another assist for Ryan Nembhard. Soft jumper for AD fading on the baseline. Dallas has started 5 of 5, Jones. Pocket pass, and coming down the lane is Embiid to score his second basket of the game. PJ Edgecombe organized to shoot a 3, and he drains it.
Future is very bright.
Yes. Nice.
And it was Max around Maxey and driving to score. Every starter has scored now as Christie's scored. And Embiid thought he was fouled, scored the 2 for him. No three-point play opportunity, but Joel Embiid hits that mid-range jumper.
Solid.
Oh, that's solid right there. Coop finding Anthony Davis. Devin told me you were locked in on Stranger Things. Oh, PJ Edgecombe. That's ringing in the new year nicely as he slashes through the defense and a fancy finish layup. Runners flipped up by Maxey. Coop comes back with a defensive rebound.
Numbers.
Up ahead to Marshall. Play, look out below! Cooper flag from Najee Marshall. And he does mean things to that rim. Mavericks haven't missed much. They haven't had a chance for many defensive boards. And there is a bullet to the basket. Tyrese Maxey. Wow. Maxey goes away from the screen. Drive and finish.
So good. Knows what to do, man.
Edgecombe, crowded by Nembhard, ends up shooting over him and scoring. Just 3 players have scored so far for Philly, 7 each for Maxey and Edgecombe, and 6 for Joel Embiid. Middy's good for Coop. Here is Maxey. He goes to ground. No call there. Steal, Coop, and Coop flying again. Gaffer defending Paul George, and George scores off the glass. 16 points per game so far for Paul George this year. Closing in on 19,000 career points. Drano, Klay Thompson. Dallas, who had a successful offensive possession last time, and looking for another one here. And they have one. Gafford with the putback after the miss by Brandon Williams. Into the second quarter with a lot of paint points here in the opening quarter of the game. Paul George scores at the buzzer. And so the lead will be a half dozen points for Dallas after the first 12 minutes of the game. George off the turnover with the basket. Beat it to Embiid down low on the post up. It's in with the foul. And Tyrese Maxey has it. And Maxey has a head of steam. Look out.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah.
Vroom, vroom.
Yep.
Pass.
Embiid, it was a good pass, and he finds Quentin Grimes for a 3-pointer. It's a timeout for Dallas. Thompson puts it down, recovers a loose ball, fades, and scores.
Wow. That was great defense. Better offense.
Maxey for 3, and he's now the Sixers' leading scorer. Embiid has 10, Maxey has a dozen. Paul George. And George around the defense, and he's still got some spring in those legs.
It does. It does.
That's Christie for 3, yes sir. Davis puts it down, it's in there. Another tumble taken by AD. As he finishes through contact and brings Dallas back to within 1 shot. Explosive move to the basket for Tyrese Maxey.
Can't give up those type of opportunities off made baskets.
Grimes releases after challenging the shot and lays it in transition. Philly's got their biggest lead of the game and run by 9. Nembhard's open. Bullseye! They force Edgecombe into a difficult attempt. He got it right back. Oh, what a swipe and score and foul.
Wow.
Screen AD and slithered through the lane by Coop, blocked by Embiid. Embiid around Davis up the baseline to the basket to score again. 10-point advantage Philly. Could be a give and go here. Coop to the basket. He scores.
So smart.
Manifold that pass. Embiid over the defense. Grimes tried to kick to Edgecombe for 3. Corner 3 here for Dominic Barlow, and those are the first points of the game for Barlow tonight. There's a drive by Christie, got to a spot on the baseline, steps under the defense against Tyrese Maxey to score.
Good footwork, good patience.
Max Christie, mid-range jumpers on the money. Of course, he can facilitate. He had 5 assists the other night, but Edgecombe just takes it away, and Edgecombe the one-man fast break. Coop against Paul George. And through contact, throws up the shot. Davis grabs the rebound. 2 on the board. A bit unorthodox, but 2 on the board nonetheless for Dallas. Maxey, the floater. That's short.
Go.
And they do go. Coop, QB1 pass, run on the floor. That's a block and a goaltend. Counted for Klay Thompson. Wow, there's Edgecombe. Soaring and scoring right out of a timeout. Somehow it lipped out of the cup for Brandon Williams. And then Tyrese Maxey, a pull-up 3, and that's a tough 5-point swing right there.
And
Tyrese Maxey on the attack and with the fancy finish. Jared McCain for 3. Long rebound. Williams caught it with some pace up ahead. He'll advance the ball. Gafford follows in. Klay Thompson, and he scores. 8-point game, 3:35 to go. The landlord with the basket from Klay Thompson. Tyrese Maxey, and he is able to zigzag through the defense and score again. Face-up J is good for Joel Embiid. Edgecombe, 18. Paul George has a dozen. Got to a spot for an elbow jumper. Good for B-Will.
It's a really hard shot.
really not.
Edgecombe. Edgecombe is Embiid, and he strides to the basket to score it. Mavericks have a foul to give, but Edgecombe, again, soaring and scoring. Jaden Hardy. Hardy sees a crease to drive, and then a crease to cut and finish off the lead from Hardy. It's a jam for the landlord, Daniel Gafford. And here's Tyrese Maxey. Everything he does on offense is well executed. 10 of 18 from the floor, 25 points. Now a shot is in there for Marshall. Maxey again.
We've seen just the full fledge of what Maxey does. We've seen the three-point shooting. Now he's playing off the ball.
Fade away, Joel Embiid. AD back in the game, secures a defensive rebound. Mavericks looking for a profitable trip down the floor, and they've got one. Marshall on his own spinorama scores. Embiid in the pick and roll, face-up jumper. And as you said earlier,
It's a money shot, money shot.
and a lost ball by Williams, and this will be Quentin Grimes' easy jam. And then Williams kept Barlow off the defensive glass, or the offensive glass rather, and it's Williams with a quick attack down the floor. Cross court to Quentin Grimes for three, and good. And Dallas multiple times drew to within 4, but now filling with a little bit of breathing room. Maxey, runner, nice bounce, timeout Dallas. Recovery by Grimes, and then Williams got free from him, and then has to adjust with Adembona coming over, who's second in the league this year in blocks per 100 possessions, and he did adjust nicely.
He did.
A launch and a hit for Grimes from 3. There's a drive by Coop, finds Washington. Dallas needs a response. They've got one right back at you. Patiently driving Paul George. Now he got to his spot in the paint. It's a basket for Paul George.
Silky smooth.
Grimes puts it down, finds Tyrese Maxey. Three-pointer is good for Tyrese Maxey. Max Christie puts up a 20-footer that glances off the iron. And then Philadelphia saved it in bounds when they didn't need to. Picked up by PJ. 3, good, Christie. And then the runner is no good for Maxey. The outlet pass up ahead to Coop. Advanced bounce pass. Brandon Williams, fast break basket. These two teams play a ton of clutch games. The Mavericks the most in the league. It would be fitting if one occurs. Nice pass. Good cut. Anthony Davis flushed it. 2:22 left up ahead. Brandon Williams. And it's Edgecombe with the block.
Blocked it twice.
He did.
Blocked it with the left and the right.
The primary threat's the guy who has the ball, but then he gave it up to Grimes, and Grimes hits another 3. Free throw line pull-up is made by Tyrese Maxey. And they also had a March 2024 regular season win against the Mavs as well. But they sweep the 24-25 and 25-26 season series. This will do it for the 5-game home winning streak for Dallas.